Speak up on it. Said if you want it, then you better speak up on it. 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 Said if you want. All right. Sorry about that. I think my audio is having a little mic trouble. All right. Let's see here. Let's make sure everything's good here. Check the audio. Make sure everything is running like it's supposed to. Sorry you couldn't hear me earlier. Wait for some people to get up in here, man. I want to talk about these Cleveland Browns, man, and the job that this coaching staff is doing offensively, man, with their just the whole offense in totality, man. When you go back and watch the film on this breakdown, bro, of these plays when SHEDEUR got in the game, it's 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 unbelievable, man. Really, that a professional football team, man. I mean, all these dudes do every day is practice. They study film. They go through. You know, I mean, that's all you do. It's not like you have a second. Like the football is your second job, and you're doing something else, and then you just coming out to the game and playing it. To be so ill prepared and to be on national television, offensively with this product, it's shameful. As a head coach, and you're an offensive guy. First of all, the head coach is a offensive guy. They say they say he's a guru. That's what they keep telling me about Kevin Stefanski, that he's a guru. And nothing about his offense screams guru to me. I don't understand. How is he a guru and you're this ill prepared with your backup quarterback? And for the nerve of him to sit up here and say, well, SHEDEUR hasn't taken any reps with the first team. I wouldn't even said that, bro. I mean, and if him saying that as the owner, if you're an owner of a football team and your head coach tells you that the second string quarterback hasn't taken a rep, not one rep, he's never, since he's been there since what, April or May, whatever, when OTAs was there. They did OTAs, and then the starters came in, and he hasn't thrown one pass to Jerry Jeudy or Cedric Tillman since he's been there, not in practice or in a game. That's blasphemy, bro. Bro, come on, dog. Where do you do this at? And this is the NFL. We talking about the elite one percenters. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can get this thing clipped on here. We talking about the elite one percenters. And you can't. This is the best. This is the best you can give me, right? The product. When you know that this guy is one play away from being able to be in the game if your starter gets hurt. And we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it for a long time. We're saying, and for people to sit up here and defend Kevin Stefanski, talking about he doesn't have any ill intent towards SHEDEUR, I can't believe that. He's not setting him up for success. So if you ain't setting a person up for success, what are you doing? You setting him up to fail. You setting him up to fail. If you ain't setting him up for success, you setting him up to fail. Because this is a guy that's on your team. This is how you feed your family. This is how you feed your family. You get a check to go out here and coach and lead a team, an organization, to the best possible outcome that you can lead them to, and you tell me that this guy is not prepared. Man, come on, man. You gonna tell me this guy ain't prepared? Because SHEDEUR the underdog, man. He the underdog, and your head coach is a clown, man. Straight up clown. Let me see if I can pull up some of this film study, man. We can go over this together, man. I'm wait till some people come up in here. I want some dialogue, man. I need some people commenting on this. I need somebody to talk to me, tell me, even if you like him or you don't like him or whatever. Anybody who has a job, you want to do your job to the best of your ability, but you have to be prepared. There's no way you can ever take a test and not study for it and be successful. I mean, you could take the test, but passing is a whole different thing unless you've taken it before, many times before. There's no way you can go in and take a test and pass it without studying for it. Unless you already know you've had the test before. You already know what's on there. Or you cheating. You can't do this in football. You can't send your quarterback out there and he hasn't thrown a ball to any receiver. He don't know how they run it out. You know, we all run them different. We do. You know, as a receiver, and I looked at this film and I've seen Judy. His route running is atrocious. It's terrible, dog. He's cross facing on outs when he's supposed to be running outs. You know, he's not attacking the shoulders. You got guys when you Baltimore was sending all kind of exotic blitzes. They was running all kind of. They was lining up 8 people on the line of scrimmage, and man, oh man, look here. This would have been tough for. Uh, I know what the and I would have did the same thing too when he came in the game. I was like, this, this kid ain't had no. Hey, look here. I'm pulling out the sleeve. Usually, those plays that are on that he was calling wasn't even on the left sleeve. That's on the right sleeve. That's just some stuff I need to do. If, when they say like in case of emergency, break glass. He was pulling out the in case of emergency, break glass type of blitzes on this dude, man. And SHEDEUR, I ain't gonna lie, he played bad because the end result was bad. But really, it could have been far worse, far worse, man. If he had, because they was setting him up. I mean, he was setting him up with uh, some cold zone blitzes. You know what I mean? I mean, he was he was setting him up, and it's a good thing that SHEDEUR didn't fall for it, man. Because and the line, and you got to remember, SHEDEUR is right, Dylan is left, so his backside is different from Dylan. So I don't know what their strength are. I don't know if they are Louis, Roger left to righty, or if their strength call is, Storm or weather this, or Storm for strong and Weasel for weak. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they, and I don't know what they call is. So then there might have been some of the problems when we have half the line going one way and the other half going the other way, and the back, it didn't matter who you put in there. Ford, what's the kid name from Ohio State? He was. They both was missing their blocks. I mean, the blitz pickup was terrible. Anyway, first of all, and I don't know why they don't do this more often, but your back trying to pick up a blitz, whether it's the safety, a linebacker, Mike, Will, whatever, Sam, bro, step up to the line and pick him up at the line of scrimmage. Don't try to be 7, 8 yards back in the back, especially if there's no play action fake. Step up right behind the line of scrimmage, behind the lineman, and pick him up at the line. Why do you try to go at a guy that's coming at you? He's got all kind of space. He's coming on a full speed. throw all kind of moves on you. You're not going to be really too much successful unless you know how to break down and pick him up, square up, and power step this guy. Where are you trying? I don't, dude. It's it's just bad football, and at this level, it's even. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. You know, they, they, Kevin Stefanski should be fired because if it's any more proof that this guy is uh shouldn't be your lead guy, this did it right here for me. I thought he should have been fired after they lost to the Jets because the Jets ain't trying to win no games. You know, they trying to get the first pick in the draft, and you lost to them. And after they traded Sauce Gardner and their best defensive tackle and linebackers, and you still can't beat this team. You still can't manage to put up. Uh, man, I think this team has only scored over 20 points one time in the last 2 years, 3 years. That's 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 embarrassing, dude. And you call yourself an offensive guru. No fucking way you are an offensive guru, and you can't put up no points. Not to mention the talent that's the wide receiver talent. There might be hope for these guys if you design and teach people the right way. These are professional receivers out here. I cannot believe that professional receivers, if you teach them the correct way to do things, that they can't get it done. They're getting paid to do it. They don't have to be the best. They don't have to be the best athletes, in the league. They just need to be professionals and run shit the right way. As a receiver, you taught never to. You're running outs and you're not attacking the outside shoulder, or you're not squaring a guy up. You're not getting him to turn his hips at all before I mean, what are you doing? You're running lazy ass routes. Your guy blitz and you're the hot guy and you don't turn around. You don't know that you're the hot. The quarterback Shedeur literally on that first sack when he got sacked by Kyle Hamilton was looking at the hot guy because his guy blitzed. And the guy running 15 yards, 10, 15 yards of the field before he turning around. Where they do that at? How you don't know that? You taught this shit, and I teach my kids when I coach youth football. I taught my kids this. Damn sure in high school I taught them. College, you should definitely know this, and pros, absolutely. When you get to the pro level, right, as an athlete, and this is just my personal opinion, you should know how to and understand the game just as well as the coach. You should. Don't just be out there fucking running around, uh, just doing shit. Understand how the game is played. Understand why people are doing stuff. You should know all the positions. When I was in college, the linemen knew the receiver routes. You understand what I'm saying? They don't run routes, but they knew what the wide receivers had on 008 or 747 or 44. They knew what the routes were. You should know these things. You're a fucking player. You play this game. If you've been playing it long enough, you've heard it long enough, and you've seen it long enough, and you watched enough film to understand what everybody is supposed to be doing. So when it don't go right, we know who to talk to. You can't be at practice and they film practice too, right? So these guys go out and they practice, they film it, and then they go and watch the film from practice. And you tell me you still come out here and you don't do shit right. You don't know how to pick up blitzes. You know how to pick up cross blitzes with. Come on, man, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. As a running back, you don't know to check in to outside who you got. I mean, they had on one play, they had literally three guys blocking four. No, they had three guys blocking one dude, and two trying to block four. That's ridiculous, dog. That should never happen. So I don't know if you say, well, Shedeur is supposed to be responsible for the protection. This is true. But man, when you get in the game, and like I said, and I don't know how how they make their calls, uh, from left to right, but whatever that is, it's opposite because Dylan is lefty and he's the righty. Or I mean, just all depend on how they formulate the calls. The strength side. So, but it should be out based on formation. I don't know. It's just all bad. It's bad. But Kevin Stefanski should be fired, man. This is enough with this shit. Him, Tommy Reese, the whole coaching staff. Because even if I was the offensive coordinator or if I'm the guys calling the play, I would tell the head coach, I would like, look, man, we got to get this guy some reps. We don't know what's going to happen in the game. Things happen all the time. I mean, look, we got Burrows down. We got Daniels out. Who else we got out? We got Kyler Murray. He out. So many starting quarterbacks is out. Done for the year. Stroud. I mean, come on, dog. How many starting quarterbacks we got out? So why not prepare the backups? Why the backups gets no reps? No reps at all? You mean he can't he can't get 1 rep, 2 reps? And even that's absurd to me. You don't need to these dudes don't have second jobs. This is their job. What do you mean? You can't find a time in the schedule to give this guy some work or to be able to see some you know oh man, this is just it frustrates me, man, when I see shit like this because these guys get paid to do this. If you love football and you love the game, watching this shit, it was hard for me to watch the film. I had to pause the shit. I had to walk away from some of this shit just because it's bad. It's terrible. And I can't believe that these professional coaches and players doing the shit that they're doing. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. You guys actually pay these guys to do this? it's, it's laughable, man. It's unbelievable, man. I'm thoroughly disgusted by it, man. I'm telling you. I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, see, some of you guys don't understand the game, and I get it, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Don't always be looking at the result of the play. Understand the process. I'm into the process of the play. The result, you watching and say the end result, that's not it. You have to understand the process. How many things does the quarterback have to do before that ball is snapped? He's got to get the correct call from the sidelines. He's got to communicate it to his players, get them out the huddle in a timely fashion, get them set up. If there's any motion calls, make sure the motions or the shifts are in place and people going the right way, and that your running back, first of all, is on the correct side, depending on what they're showing up front. You know it ain't a run, and ain't no play action involved. You have to get your back on it because you don't never want your back to have to cross your face to go pick up a blitz, man. If that's the case, then what you do is you slide the lineman one way and he pick up the last guy. Your center was just totally lost, and you could tell they were not prepared from the stuff that they were seeing. And I believe the defensive coordinator had no idea he was going to even call it because he didn't know SHEDEUR was going to get in the game. But just he had that. I bet he had that sheet just in case he get in the game. This is what we gonna do. I mean, he pulled out all the exotic blitzes that you can see. This has been some shit for veterans who's been there for years to pick up. You know, SHEDEUR had a hell of a time, but I'm telling you, it could have been a whole lot worse if SHEDEUR wasn't who he was. It could have been a whole lot worse. I'm telling you, if you watch that film, it could have been he was running some stuff out there that I'm telling you, if SHEDEUR wasn't who he was, it would have been you thought this outcome was bad. I don't know, was he 4-17, 5-17, 60-some yards? Not to mention they dropped about 3 or 4 passes that hit him right in the hands. One in the end zone, which I think the DB made a better play than the offensive player actually dropping the ball. He could have made. He could have been a little bit more aggressive on catching the ball, but I think he was a rookie himself, or 1 or 2 years in the league himself. So, you know, and I believe they put him in the game because that's maybe only the guy that Shedeur probably had some type of rapport with on that team. All the rest of them, well, I call them the underdogs. I think they call them something else, but I call them the underdogs because that's what they are. The practice squad team. They the underdogs. Oh, I think he called them the hungry dogs, but I call them the underdogs because you have to be a superhero to get through this mess, man. With the stuff, the stuff, not getting no reps with the first team. That guy said they had never even heard his cadence. They never even heard his cadence. This is laughable, man. This is laughable, man. Oh man. Uh, anyways, man, I'm gonna come back in a minute. I gotta find. I'm gonna pull up the all 22. I gotta show y'all exactly and explain to y'all because I want to be able to. I'm trying to get this thing to work where I can run. I can draw on the thing as well, so I can show y'all what's happening. So you can have a better understanding of what I'm seeing and what's supposed to happen, opposed to what they're doing. Um, and I can't put it all on Shedeur, man. It ain't all on Shedeur. These guys, the route combinations, some of the stuff I'm like didn't even make sense. They had 3 receivers in one area one time. Something's wrong here. They had 3 receivers in one area. You could have literally one guy could cover 3 people. They were all in, and they were coming. I don't understand. I don't know what they're doing. And then so and to understand this too, before the snap, when you're looking at certain things, if you can't audible and check out of stuff, to attack it, that's another thing. That's another problem. I'm seeing some. You got 4 people lined, so that's like this. Say like I'm give you an example. The player's running. We're gonna run a play to the right, and they're overloading the right. Am I still gonna run right? What do you think? You don't think I should have the ability to go the opposite way? They're overloading. It's a numbers game. As an offensive play caller, you always want to have the advantage. They have 3 over there. I want to put 4. So you got 2 over there. I want to have 3. You want the advantage. You want to have the ability to call an audible and change the play, or to have a hot route, or to have some type of dialogue with your receivers that say, "Look here, man. If this man come up here and play, cancel that. It turns into this. I'm not gonna run a hitch on a guy that's playing man. The route turns into something else. Unless it's a smash route and you got something coming behind it. But I definitely ain't trying to look for no 15, no 10, 12-yard route, and they all line up on the line of scrimmage. They got 8 people on the line of scrimmage and they coming. I ain't gonna never be able to get the ball to you. Or one, you ain't gonna know it's coming. So, it's bad, man. This they got a lot of problems. And it start with the top. The guy's supposed to be an offensive, they say guru, and then nothing about his offense look guru. They ain't looked guru in 2 years. They're 5-22 last 2 years. That ain't. I don't. If you don't get fired for being 5-22 or whatever, you're gonna end up the year. I don't think they're gonna win more than 3 games this year. So that'd be 2 years in a row. You've only won 3 games in a 17 games. How you only win 3 games out of 17? Really? I mean, come on. My pride alone will make me. Well, I would win more than 3 games in 17 game season. Ain't no fucking way. A professional, and you're a professional athlete. This is a professional team, dog. They get paid. that you can only produce 3 wins in a 17-game season. There's no way. You are a professional. This ain't we ain't talking. These ain't kids playing youth football. These are professional athletes, man. Y'all can't manage more than 3 wins in a 17-game season. That's a joke. That's a that's a joke, man. That is. I mean, think about that. Think about that, man. They 2 and what? 2 and 8. See, we're 11 weeks in, and you couldn't manage to get it more than 2 wins out of 10 games. And you had a bye. You had a bye week as well. So you lost the bye week because you lost the game coming out of the bye week too. When said, how you lose a game and you ain't even play? this this is funny, man. This is a clown show, man. This is a clown show. Uh, this is bad, bro. Everybody, they used to. I know those games where they used to put the paper bags over your head. That's hey man, the fans, y'all should boycott this shit. Y'all should stop going to the games, dog. Unless they fire this dude, man, because this is what he gonna give you, man. This is what he's telling you. He don't give a shit. He know damn well Dylan. How you putting all your eggs in Dylan Gabriel? The dude, if he hadn't have drafted him in the third round, he would have went undrafted. I promise you, dog. I ain't Nostradamus. I don't know. I can't predict the future. I'll tell you what's going on. But I'm telling you right now, Dylan Gabriel would not have been drafted if Kevin Stefanski hadn't drafted him. You could have picked him up in free agent. You could have got him for, like my boy JB said, a can of string cheese and a Chico stick. You didn't have to draft Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel would have been sitting there as a free agent. Then you could have picked him up and got him for a little bit of nothing. You didn't need to draft that guy, dog, especially not in the third round. You pick on the 100th pick of the draft, you go Dylan Gabriel. This guy's 5'8". It's not even 5'9". He's 5'8". Talking about 5'10". Shit, get the hell out of here. No way in no metric system in this world this guy is 5'10". Look at him on the field, you could tell. And that shouldn't define a man, but it does in the National Football League. When the game is played in the middle of the field, when your hash marks are just outside the goalpost, man. It's not college. It's a different geometric system you're dealing with. Different angles. Most of the game is played in the middle of the field. It's the reason why it's a problem, and the problem with seeing routes that come across the middle and also getting the ball to them. The trajectory is different. They don't get it, man. But anyways, it's laughable to me. Sometimes I just sit back and I just laugh at shit like this. Me and my boys, we talk about it, man. You know, some guys I played football with for years, coach with. We just laugh about how these guys actually go out here and they actually get paid to do this shit, and they produce some shit like this. And it ain't even just that for me. It's just that not being prepared. That part right there is just truly unacceptable. I would have fired that coach. I'd have fired him 2 weeks ago when they played the Jets, or 3 weeks ago. He should definitely be fired after this. And he coming out telling you, SHEDEUR hasn't had any reps with the first team. Mary Kay Cabot asked him almost after every game since Dylan's been starting, why isn't SHEDEUR getting any reps with the first team? Oh, Mary Kay, that's just not our focus right now. We're just focused on getting everybody better as a team, and Dylan, that's not our focus right now. Getting SHEDEUR. You think it might have helped if you'd have gave him some reps last week? Think it might have helped, Kevin? Think your focus should have been a little bit getting that kid prepared a little bit better than what you had him prepared? What you think, Kevin? You keep telling us every week that's not your focus. You think that should have been your focus? Preparing the team in case uh your starting quarterback gets injured? No. That's why I call you a clown. He's a clown, man. This dude is not a real football. Now, Stephen A. always he's two-time coach of the year in the National Football League. And I don't how the hell he become two. He won most games he ever won in the season was 11. That's it. How's he coach of the year? I don't know even how they pick that shit. And apparently it ain't that difficult. If this guy's a two-time coach of the year, that's that's very low expectations in this NFL. And he's supposed to be the elite 1%ers. For this guy right here to be coach of the year and knows what he's doing, to have a quarterback who ain't never took a rep. But you tell me he don't have no ill intent towards this dude. One or two things can't be true with this, you know what I'm saying, with this situation. You know, it can't be, oh, he doesn't want, it's not that he don't want SHEDEUR to be successful or to succeed and not give him any reps. Or, oh no, he's developing SHEDEUR and not give him any reps. Which one is it? I mean, you tell me. I mean, what makes more sense for your second string quarterback not to have thrown a ball to a starting receiver since he's been there? Not to throw. I don't even think they even ever played catch. And it's real. I'm not being. This is not a. This is not me exaggerating. This is true. This is true facts. SHEDEUR telling you in the interview. He said, "Man, it was just a blessing to get out there and have an opportunity to see some light, and whatever. But I think if I could, get in there and get some work with Judy and understand how he maybe what's his strength and how he run things, and come on, man. Judy was on that interception. Judy was supposed to run a 15-yard out. He ran a 15-yard curl. You don't run 15-yard curls. No such thing. $12-10, not 15. You got 18 to 15 comebacks, 15-yard outs. He ran 15 yards down the field and turned inside. And he attacked the guy inside shoulder. And he crossed his face. And he ran inside the guy who was supposed to run a 15-yard out. The ball was thrown to where he was supposed to be. He shouldn't have threw it because it looked like they were in a cover that looked like a cover 4 or some type of cover 2. I don't believe it was a cover 2 because the corner was facing him the whole time and kept dropping. It looked like a cover 4. That's what it looked like because that other safety went hashed. The corner on the other side went deep third. Then they had a guy drop off to the other hash, and that corner stayed third. So he probably should have thrown an out. The out was there, but the guy that was running out, he didn't run it right either. He ran his. It was too deep, and it was rounded at that. So it didn't give him a good look because pressure was coming. But he should have threw the out. But he should have never thrown that. He should have never thrown that interception. But also, it might not have been an interception if your guy run the right route and maybe you had a chance to either knock it down or maybe or something like that. It would have been thrown straight to the damn corner. This is ridiculous, dog. This is I mean, what are we doing, man? Cleveland, Stefanski, I'm telling you, if they don't fire this dude soon, and I mean soon, and then he had the nerve to tell the media that Dylan Gabriel will be starting. How do you know that? He's in concussion protocol. He can't even practice right now. How you going to tell me he's the starter? He can't even practice right now. Unless you lying to us. Unless you lying to us in the, and he wasn't hurt at all anyway. You just want to throw Shedeur out there to make him look bad, which we know that ain't the case. But that's the only reason why you could say Dylan Gabriel would be playing right now. You don't know that. You don't know if he's gonna be cleared. You sure got a lot of stuff. He act like Dylan Gabriel's his son or next to kin or something. I don't know what the fuck. What is this infatuation with this little guy? This 5'8" quarterback. What is he so enamored with this guy? What is he seeing that ain't nobody else seeing? What is he looking out of his eyes seeing from this guy that nobody else is seeing? Here's a almost a proven fact. Unless your IQ is just, and this is only applies to people who do like quantum physics and shit like that, and you don't know nothing about it. There's no way that you could be right and everybody else be wrong. That's almost impossible. Almost impossible that you can be right and everybody else be wrong. He's got this Ivy League education, and they tend to think they smart in every goddamn body. But you might be book smart, but you ain't common sense smart, because why would you not have your backup quarterback get any reps? And he's been there since May. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So I think Shedeur, well, he's definitely practicing with the first team this week, because Dylan Gabriel can't even practice right now. So he'll get some first team reps this week. But how prepared he will be, I don't know, because I don't trust this coaching staff, man. I ain't never liked Tommy Rees. I'm sorry. I ain't like him when he was at Notre Dame. And I think when he was at Alabama, he just had, it's just exceptional talent at Alabama. And Jalen Milrose made a lot of things happen with his legs when he was there. I ain't never liked Tommy Rees. So when you put bad with bad, it becomes worse. It don't get better. That's just as simple as that. 1 and 1 is always gonna make 2. You know what I'm saying? Always. And so this staff is offensively is terrible. Defensively, I think Swartz is a hell of a damn coach. But offensively, this is a terrible staff. They're bad in every aspect, man. They're bad in preparation. They're bad signal callers. The system is flawed. It's dated for one. I mean, and the concepts is off. Like, man, it's like everybody on a different page when they out there playing. I don't think nobody knows what the hell the other person's doing out there, because you I don't know, bro. This is bad. And to watch this shit on film it make it even worse. It make it hard to when you see something, it's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. Even it's just hard to watch the film. If you know football, it's hard to even watch this because there's so many errors. And these guys get paid. How do you make so many errors on before the play even start, and then once the ball is snapped, and these guys actually get paid to do this? That's crazy to me. Some things are just 101, football 101, and they don't do none of the right things. It's awful, man. Anyways, man, I'm gonna come back, man. I'm gonna come back with the film because I gotta figure out how to put my little doodling on the screen so I can show you what I think they're trying to do, and what they should do, opposed to what they're doing. And I'm gonna come back though, man. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna show y'all. Speak up on it. Said if you want it, then you better speak up on it. Speak up on it. Speak up on it.